Hey guys, Sandy here, and I am back with a layout for the Rediscover Your Stash Challenge. Now I actually pulled out something that was not in my original kit, and that's these Simple Stories Summer Vibes chipboard frames. And I'm going to try to use up a bunch on this layout. I've pulled this one sheet of paper, and I have these great photos of redwoods from Muir Woods. So let's get started and see what I can do.
Alright, so what I did was matted those two photos on some vellum, and then I put some tulle under that. I knew I was going to layer these photos up on these frames, and I wanted a little bit of softness. So I'm just taking these frames and kind of figuring out where the photo will lay on top of them, and then just going ahead and plunking them down. And it's just kind of like I am putting some adhesive on you guys, and you're going down on the page, and it's going to happen. So this is me just taking some time to figure out where I want them exactly. And I'm trying to use a good mix of colors. I'm trying to use the reddish colors and the bluish greenish colors and a good mix of cream in there. Like, I want them to have a good, just some fun, good colors back there. And I know that I'm going to be layering some, so I'm going to be cutting them apart. So that's why it's just kind of sitting up there like that. Now, I realize I could have really just layered them and popped them up, but that wasn't what I really wanted to have happen. So we're just still picking out how I want these frames. Alright, so I get them all situated, and I get them cut apart. You can see that top one is cut. And I'm like totally happy with this. I'm liking the way it's coming together. I decide that I need to add a couple frames, and this is how I figured out where I need it to cut. I would just use my fingernail and indent the frame a little bit and just cut it, and it worked out fine. So this is the first time I've really used frames in this kind of way, meaning most of the times I just use one or two frames on a layout and they are really framing something. I'm not like creating my background with it, and that's really what I've done here, is created my background with it. And I struggled with this one up here a little bit because I'm not too crazy about that, how both of them are going on to the flower frame. However, I know I'm going to be adding some embellishments to the top, so I just figure I'll just cover it up. Okay, and I did have a little bit of struggle of getting this photograph to actually stay down on the page, so I put a whole bunch of adhesive down, and I put some adhesive on the frames where the photograph covers it, and I end up, I'm not sure if it's now or later, but I end up plopping some foam down in the middle there, just so that it has more surface area for the photo to grab, because I really don't want my photo falling off. Or my photos, I should say. So I'm sitting here, I'm liking this. I do feel like there's that awkward thing up at the top, but I know I'm going to cover it up with something. I'm not exactly sure what yet. I do want to use this title from my Chamel Go Now Go collection thicker sheet, and it's Wander, and I really like it. And I didn't know if I was going to put it up at the top or at the bottom. However, it does end up at the bottom, and I think it fits pretty well at the bottom right there. So I'm happy with it. I decide that I'm going to do a couple places of embellishment, and what I'm going to do is take this Go Now Go, what is this, sticker sheet, and I am going to eventually pull off these clouds. There we go. And I don't like that there, so that's not going to stay. Like, I'm watching it now going, no, you don't like that there. Don't put that there. It's not good. But I do know that I need to cover up that join somewhere, and I do know that I want to use one of those geotags. I'm just not exactly sure where it's going to go yet. Okay, so you don't like that cloud up there, and I'm just kind of looking at this going, something needs to change here, and then I'm like, cork clouds, this'll work, maybe it won't, let's do cork hearts instead. Okay, do I leave that cloud up there? I don't even know if I leave that cloud up there. Huh. Sometimes, do you do that? Anybody who has a YouTube channel or has videoed themselves scrapbooking, like, I wonder if other people do that, where you look at it and you're like, what the crap was I thinking? So I do decide to add a little bit of washi tape, just so that everything isn't square, like there. So I just have some lines, and I'm like, oops, didn't put it down far enough. So I just go ahead and put that down over top, underneath rather, the cloud. I'm really having a hard time because I really don't like that right now. But I remember liking the page. Like, I did this page a couple days ago, and I remember liking it. So I don't know what I do, because I don't remember what this page looks like at the very end, other than something really strange is going on here. There we go. That must have, okay. There we go. Okay, so I grabbed a sticker, a heart sticker, and layered it up. And I like that much better. Okay, it's still, that makes sense to me. I still was not liking that up at the top. I wasn't liking how they came together in that little teeny cloud. No, it wasn't enough of a cover-up. But where have I gone and what am I doing? There I am. Okay, so I had to find some brads, or sticky brads, new brads. Simple Stories makes new brads, which are just epoxy stickers on a metal base. So I'm using up this Jelly Bean Soup label sticker sheet, and the colors go great with it, so that's exciting. And I'm just layering up these little pieces, and I decide to use this banner sticker, or this arrow, more as a banner instead of as an arrow. And I decide, oh, why only have one banner there when I can have two? And I totally changed my mind of where it was going to go. And it ends up going right there. And then I decide to bring that little floral piece ever so slightly over there. And it's just peeking out just a teeny little bit, because there are floral parts throughout this entire layout. There's some floral on the frame, so we're just making that happen, just bringing in the flowers a little bit more. Even though Muir Woods doesn't really have flowers, it's like trees, guys. It's trees and dirt. So this that I'm popping around right there are those Freckled Fawn clips, and I don't like the clips. Like, I really don't like the clips at all. So I pop the epoxy enamel thing out of the center and just use that and throw away the clip. Now I add in a date sticker up there, and that's from a My Mind's Eye old sticker sheet. And that's the end of the date sticker, and I plunk it down there. And I don't think I've actually written the date on here. All of these pages I haven't written the date on, because when I sorted my photos, I just said Muir Woods, San Francisco, Jelly Belly, and I know that they're all in August, but I'm going to have to pull out and figure out exactly what the date is so I can put them all on the page. So I find these, I go for the sticker pack from the Go Now Go collection from Chamel, and I have these little leaves, and I'm just going to pop them around the page, kind of sprinkle them around like I would maybe some little puffy stickers or some enamel dots, and I'm just that leaf did not want to come off. So I'm just like sprinkling them around the page and putting them in a couple little places. I'm careful not to use the maple leaves because that really just doesn't go with the redwood trees. I'm not exactly sure that these little leaves, the ones I have here, go with the redwood trees, but these are just kind of like little generic leaves. To me at least, they're just like little generic leaves. And I decide to put that yellow geotag up there, so I can't have the yellow star there, so I just move it and put the navy blue one up there. I guess I could have had the yellow, but that would have been like a strong smack of yellow up there at the top of the page, which, I mean, it could have made sense. I could have justified it by being, you know, it's at the top of the page, it's yellow, it's sunshiny through the woods, but I just didn't. And then I decide to go with the little green epoxy thing that I pulled out that says lovely. So I didn't end up using that navy star up there after all, which is fine. Like, there isn't really a whole bunch of navy on this page anyway. And I'm just realizing that my photo is still, you know, needs to be stuck down a little bit more. But I do go for some enamel hearts, and I'm just going to go ahead and plop these around a couple places around the page. This really isn't like I'm putting this stuff in a triangle, or it's not, you know, this is going here because it's visually appealing. It's just, this is just a random page of a bunch of stuff, and like, I had fun with this. I'm also using some cork dots because, you know, I have all the cork. So I'm just sprinkling these around the page as well, just because I want to be able to use some of them up. And I thought about doing some splatter, but I decided not to because I wasn't exactly sure which color I wanted to use, and I was afraid of bringing out the wrong color, so I just didn't do it. And I'm happy with it. Like, this page doesn't need splatter. It's got a lot of exciting things going on in it. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye.